You know, this is a stock photo here. The last time the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl, this is what Jerry Jones looked like. You may think that it was like yesteryear, but it's been a long time. This man has aged exponentially. But you know what? You know what? We're going to take advantage of time healing all wounds. We're going to take advantage of Brock Purdy. We're going to do all that coming up, but we have to build a parlay with both games. Now, as we did on Saturday, we're going to do the same thing here on Sunday. Hopefully, Jera is okay with this. We're going to hit you with 2 same-game parlays. All right, that's it. Just 2 same-game parlays. We begin with the Bengals and the Bills game. Look, I think Cincinnati's biggest problem right now is going to be protecting Joe Burrow. It's going to be a problem that we've seen rear its ugly head. And look, the Bengals are a good football team. They're not here by accident by any means. And there is this weird cloud that hangs over, thankfully, in the sense of moving on in a positive light, not still remembering what could have been tragic. But the Bills are home. They have this motivation. Their teammate is in the building. Like, people are looking around, understanding that they now have this huge narrative behind them, and it's fueling them. And I think last week is the easy trap because they just barely beat the Dolphins and third string quarterback division opponent. So I'm going to push this alternate spread here to -6.5 and open this up with a nice play here that's going to help balance out some chalk that I'm about to eat for the total. But look, the Bills are the better football team. Right now, they're the better football team. Joe Burrow struggling with pass protection up front. Joe Burrow is going to feel it. And the Bills have struggled on defense, and they're starting to get healthier too. And I think this is why we're at +250 here to go under 51 and keep this arm's length for the Bills to win by a touchdown. So, yeah, they cover that closing line, which is going to be about 5.5, maybe 6. I doubt it. And we'll push this to 6.5 to get us just under that key number of 7. Now, granted, we're through 2 key numbers here. So we aren't moving this down in our favor. We have pushed the spread the opposite way a full point because I don't think there's going to be, in this particular case, that much difference between these two. So the Bills -6.5. And look, under 51.5. You go and look at the head referee who is officiating this game. I believe his middle name is Unders. All right. And I'm just saying it for the people who have done the work. I did not. I just pinched this info where I saw it, social and what have you. But the head official here's nickname or middle name is Unders. So if I'm going to push this thing, I'm going to go over that key number at 51.5. And there you have your first same game parlay. Now, before we get to the other one here, let me turn $5 into $200. Okay. This is going to be the easiest thing you do. And it's going to be a $5 bet only on the Cowboys money line. We'll get back to the parlay. We'll get back to building that. But if you're new to DraftKings, you can immediately sign up. Now, here's what you have to be, right? You have to be 21 or older. You have to live in a state where you can legally gamble. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. With that said, take 90 seconds and click a link below or scan that QR code above my head and go click crazy. Scan crazy, what have you. It's going to bring you to DraftKings. Put your information in. It's going to take you 90 seconds, man. That's it. Hey, maybe you know somebody that could benefit from a new DraftKings account. Maybe it's you living in a state that's brand new to sports betting. Whatever it is, we want you to take advantage of this. Once you're signed up, immediately place a $5 wager. Before you do this parlay or anything else, place a $5 wager on the money line for the Cowboys. If they win, if they win, if they lose, they lose. It doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to get $200 immediately right back into your account. Okay? So take advantage of that, will you? That's the first, by the way, of the two same game parlays. Let's get on over here, shall we? I like a thought process here. We're going to take Dallas on the money line. That's going to be first and foremost. So the Cowboys hold off Brock Purdy. The Cowboys' top pass rush, mind you, in the NFL. First time that Brock Purdy is going to see anything menacing like that. I think you can go a couple of different ways, right? Like, Cowboys win. Pardon me. They're either out shooting the 49ers in a high-scoring game, And I think that's possible, but I don't think that's probable. The other part of this is Brock Purdy comes back down to life. And that other slipper comes off of Brock Purdy, and all of a sudden you see a pumpkin out there between the tackles. That is probably the more likely scenario to happen, but the Cowboys still need to score. I don't see this as a 17-10 type, 17-13 type game. In fact, I would take the 4.5 on a solo bet, outside, of course, of a bonus bet that we just gave you here. But in the case of the parlay, I think we can ramp this up, take the Cowboys to win, and try to figure out how that's happening. So passing yards can be a little fluke-ish, especially because you've got two solid guys on the ground that you can go to. This 49ers defense is no joke. We get that as well. I actually think the points come from Dak in the air. And if you look at 2 passing touchdowns here at minus 115, that's going to do wonders and move this up to plus 255. Yeah, it's correlated, but we're still better off here at plus 255 than we were at 250, eating a ton of chalk on the under 51.5. Not a ton, but some chalk. So what we've given you here is a simple solution to how, a pathway, if you will, to how the Dallas Cowboys win this football game. And that comes on the arm of Dak Prescott. Love the Cowboys in this spot. Think they'll continue to push. And look, we've got an angle here at minus 115 where we don't need to force anything. And we also don't need to force an interception prop. Minus 170? No. Brock Purdy's even at minus 120. So I wanted to show the difference there. You could target interceptions on a Cowboys win for Purdy, but I think it makes more sense to go 2+ here and plus 255. All right, big reveal time. That's a massive same game X parlay of 1142 right there. Bills minus 6.5, under 51.5. Cowboys money line, 2+ touchdowns in the air for Dak Prescott, plus 1142. All right, on your way out, why don't you hit the Discord? Your first week is free. This is the best part, man. Your first week is free, and we are doing a ton of NFL stuff you will not get here because it's behind the paywall. Like, for example, us crushing some parlay, teaser, straight play, Daniel Jones over rushing last week. I mean, we just destroyed this on the Discord, and we want you to be a part of it. That's all. It's winning tickets, parlays, teasers, what have you. Shit that you won't see here. That's a promise. So, on your way out, if you can, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. We would love you for that. 51K plus. And just in case you forgot, look at that. Look at that smile. That's me explaining to you in a picture's worth 1,000 words. And those words are first week free.